Well, hey everybody, Backyard Scrapping here, and we are getting ready to do our pour, our bar to finish out this series. Actually, right now I've got some silver, some other silver in the Crucible. I'm going to melt it down just to swirl it and clean the Crucible out. It's silver that's going to have to be refined again anyway. So I'm going to use that to make sure my Crucible is good and clean, and then we're going to pour a bar out of this. It's about, I think it was 6 3/4 ounces, in that range. So we're probably going to lose a tiny bit of that to vaporization, but hopefully we'll end up with about a 6 3/4 ounce 6 3/4 ounce bar. I've got the mold heating up in the little mold warming furnace, and then I actually have, it seems like I'm doing two things at once all the time now. But being that we're firing up the furnace, I just wanted to show you that I got about 30 ounces of powder here that needs to be melted up. We're actually going to pour it in about 1 ounce size. This is a little steel mold, and it's great for 1 to 1.5 ounces of silver. So I'm actually going to use that, and I'm just going to pour, what, 20, probably 25 or 30, little bars of these, just to have it not in powder form anymore and get an actual weight. So anyway, that's what we're doing right now. We're at 418, waiting on this silver so I can clean the Crucible with it. Then we're going to put his silver in there. We're going to melt it up and pour him a bar out of that. And that will wrap up this refine. Get the stuff mailed back to him. So when we get everything all cleaned up, straightened out, and squared away, we will get back at you. Okay guys, I'm just popping back in for a second. I did my clean out, my Crucible clean out, and this is, like I said, some silver that's going to have to be re-refined, but I might just keep that. I'm figuring, it's about 85, somewhere between 85 and 90% pure, and the camera doesn't do it justice, but it is just, the way it poured out of there on the top, it is just, I don't know, it's cool. I may re-refine it, or I may just let it go and just keep it like that in my collection, because like I said, it just, I don't know, it's just cool looking. But anyhow, so we did that. I went ahead and poured, I've got to re-pour a few, but I went ahead and poured my, I'm working on this powder. I got about half of it done into bars, just recasting bars. This is loaded. I'm actually letting it rest right now. I'm going to get a quick shot. I don't know if you'll see it in there, but I don't want to burn up my camera. But this was going for a good hour or more, hour and a half. So I'm actually letting it rest for a while. But I do have his silver loaded in there. In about a half an hour, I'll fire this back up again, and we will go ahead and pour his bar. So I just wanted to show you where we were at, what I was doing, and we'll get back at you when we're going to pour his bar. Okay guys, we are getting ready to pour this bar. We are up to temperature. We've got our mold warmed up in the furnace, in the mold warming furnace. Find my little katongas. And we are going to get this booger done. It's going to be a quick pour because these get cold really fast. And we got a little bit left in there, so I'm just going to do that out separate for him. And we got quite a bit of carbon on this. I may end up redoing this. I don't know yet. Let me see what we got first. A lot of carbon on it. And I cleaned that Crucible good. What the heck is going on here? Okay, everybody, as I said, I'm going to try and explain what actually happened with this Crucible last night. I was actually out here till about 10:30. I had to take the bolt cutters and cut up that bar and actually remelt it to clean the carbon and the graphite out of it. So I had to melt little pieces of it in here. In fact, I'll put a picture up right now. So hang on just a second. Let me put this picture on. You can see you'll see all the cavities and pockets, and the carbon's just mixed all through the silver. So hang on just a second. Let me put that up. Okay, so I know it's kind of hard to see in the picture, but I know you can see the pockets where the bolt cutters went through, and you can see the hollow spots, and it was just speckles of graphite or carbon or whatever you want to call it all through it. And what I'm going to do right now, like I said, I seen this happen once before. It was actually the old goldsmith that taught me how to do this stuff. And what it is this Crucible is just breaking down. I keep a little brush to brush them, when I'm cleaning them out. But every time I brush the inside of this Crucible, this is what I get. And if I go and brush it again, it'll do that again. So even the outside, it's just, and it's only been run 4 or 5 times. I mean, I poured about 15 of these little guys here out of it before I went to pour his silver. And like I said, I don't know what the hell happened. I'm not going to chance using it again for silver. It did the clean out bar fine. It did the 15 little bars that I was doing out of this powder here fine. I put his powder in, I let it cool down, let the furnace cool down, put his powder in, and it started doing this breakdown stuff. And like I said, this is only about the 5th time that I've used this Crucible, but you can see it's already out around inside. It's off shape, and it's just fluffing off. I mean, all this, every time I hit it, more comes out. And if I brush it again, that much more will come out. So I'm going to see if I can contact the company. Maybe they'll let me exchange it. I kind of doubt it because I used it more than once. But anyway, so that's what's going on. So I ended up getting one of my smaller silver Crucibles and putting my little collar I made on, and we're going to go ahead and get his bar poured. Hopefully with no issues this time. This is the kind of day I had yesterday. I know you briefly have been seeing that I've been cleaning all this up out back and all down the creek bank, and I'm actually going to post a video of the guy's machine that did it. But if you look over there just beyond, there's a limb down in the peach tree, but if you look just beyond that where we cleaned the bank, a tree fell last night while I was doing this. I don't know if you can see it, but see, it fell right down there, right in there where we just cleaned everything up. So that was my day yesterday. So anyhow, I'll get back to you and get this camera set up, and we'll get back at you when we're ready to pour this bar. Hopefully it'll turn out right this time, and I'll have an easier day today. So we'll see you guys in just a sec. Okay guys, we are getting ready to pour. Go ahead and get our mold out. Hopefully things will go properly this time. Take a peek at our silver. Well, not quite ready, so we'll have to give it a minute. So I'll get back at you in just a sec. Okay guys, this time I think we are ready to rock and roll. We're going to go ahead and get our mold out again. I looked at the silver first this time, and it is liquid. Barring any ridiculous crap, we should be good to go. So it's going to be a quick pour. Well, didn't get a carbon out this time. Put that down, shut this bad boy off, let that set for a second, and we'll take a peek at our bar. Big difference this time. Alrighty, let me go quench this. And there we go, guys. Almost got like a flower pattern in it right there. I'm going to drop her in the pickle pot, and then we will put her on the scale, see what we lost, and get this booger marked and shipped. So we'll be back at you when we get inside. Alrighty guys, we got the bar out of the pickle pot, got it cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and get her marked, and we can get this stuff sent back. So, as usual, I'll time-lapse this because it's a little on the boring side, but it's fun to watch in a time-lapse. So, I'll get on it right now. Alrighty guys, here we go. Time to get the stamping. Alrighty guys, that wraps it up. We will get this sent out along with his returns, and that wraps up this refine. We ended up with a 6.6 7.5 troy ounce silver bar. And that was from the contacts and the Mylars. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. I know it was a bit stretched out, but I had a lot of chores I was doing in between. I'm probably next week going to get started on the next one, which is going to be it's a sterling silver jewelry refine. The jewelry, it's a bit of a twist though. You'll see it when we get it started. I'll probably be doing the the unboxing in a few days. I got a couple other things to catch up on. I got to cut that tree up that fell in the back. So as soon as I get that stuff caught back up, I will be starting on our next refine. So everybody have a good one and take care out there.
I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.